Well, they're getting ready this weekend to open the show, The Book of Will. And joining us today from Encore Theatre, and they're in the show. They're going to tell us about it. We have got Steve Dietrich and Drew Cantonin. And thanks for coming today, you guys.
Thanks for having us.
All right. So first of all, The Book of Will. So we're talking about William Shakespeare, right? So tell us a little bit about the plot of this show and what's happening. Steve, you want to go?
Well, it's 3 years after Shakespeare's died, and some of his friends, some of the actors in the acting company, have realized that his plays are becoming corrupted and forgotten.
Oh, okay.
And so they decide they want to preserve them by publishing a book, the first book of his plays. And it's the adventures and misadventures of pulling together the plays and making the book.
Okay, so Drew, he said adventures and misadventures. So is this a little bit of a comedy too? I mean,
yes.
What would you call it?
There are laughs in this show, there are tears, and there is also history. There's a lot to be learned from this show because this is all real. We play historical characters.
Okay, so it's accurate.
So we did exist.
Okay,
yeah.
all right. Oh, all right. So what are your characters about, Drew? What's your character do?
So Steve and I play the two main folks in the remaining cast members of the troupe. The theater troupe of William Shakespeare's, the Kingsman. And he's the down-to-earth guy. I'm the guy who just thinks, we can do it, whatever we need to do, we can do it. And so, you know, when you think about it, we both realize we haven't gathered all of the plays. Nobody knows them. We acted them, but no one's put it down in a book like you would think today that would certainly be documented and published. But we come up with the idea we should do that. But how do you do that? How do you go about getting 30-odd different plays, getting them from folks that are pirating them already?
Wow, isn't
and yeah, actually the show starts out with a terrible version of To Be or Not to Be.
Oh, wow.
And that kind of lays the groundwork, like, oh my gosh, that would have been Hamlet if these guys didn't go and get Will's actual words and save them for all time.
So are you kind of like your character that you're playing, or?
I suppose there's a little typecast in
All
there.
right, is there? You're typecast,
I we don't need a plan. Just do it.
You're the down-to-earth one that knows that you need the plan. Yeah, all right. So how big is the cast? I mean, do you have is there a whole troupe, so to speak, I guess?
We do, because we have wives in the show, and then he has a daughter in the show, and his character, a daughter.
Okay, yeah.
And then we have other players that come in, like one of them is the villainous guy who's been printing Will's work without permission from William Shakespeare, and we're pretty mad about that. So, but we end up working with him in the end to collaborate and actually put this all together because we couldn't do it without him.
Okay, I think some of the hang-ups that people do have about Shakespeare is you know, the language and so are you guys using Shakespeare language, or are you speaking like we are now? You know what? I don't know if I phrased that question right. But, you know. Okay, thank you.
That's a modern language.
Thank you.
Unless we're quoting.
Oh, okay. Unless you're quoting Shakespeare. Okay. All right. Well, that's good. So, what age group do you think will enjoy this the most, or is this a family can come to it?
I think older. Wouldn't we want to go maybe a little? There is some language.
Oh, okay. Just so we know.
Yeah, it's mature.
Do you have to know Shakespeare at all, or do you be able to learn more about it?
Yes, it'd be great to learn more about it.
All right. Very good. Well, that's pretty cool that it's actually historical, so to speak, and follows what really happened, because lots of times you go to a play and you're like, oh, this must be made up, but we know that this is really the Book of Will.
And I learned a lot. I think you probably did see from the beginning of this, the whole process we've been going through is, wow, this actually happened, and this is very interesting.
Yeah.
And you realize everything now is recorded, but back then, only very important things got printed or written down.
So hopefully that's really good that finally Shakespeare got written down too, for all of us to be able to enjoy. Okay, you guys open this weekend, and it's next weekend too. Tickets are available right now. You need a full house, and it sounds like it's going to be a fun show. Thanks very much for coming today and telling us about it. Yeah, exactly. It will be fun. All right, tickets are on sale now. Get them now. Thanks very much for coming, you guys. Break a leg.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, don't go away. New Edition continues in a moment.